Thanks for tuning in to Lightfoot Effect. Today we're going to be doing a guitar review. I've been in the market for a White Falcon, and I have been finding in my search, I either knew that I would want a player's edition, I would either want the center block model, which is the double cut, or I would want more of the traditional kind of classic single cut model with the bigger body. Come to find on YouTube, I could not find any comparisons between those models. So since there were no guitar videos I could find comparing the both, I thought, well, I guess I'll just do my own video so that someone else who might be wanting to compare them has something to reference. So we're going to be comparing this Player's Edition White Falcon. This is their current production model that you can buy right now. This one I got off Sweetwater. And so this has the Gretsch's ML bracing. We have here the Player's Edition center block White Falcon that is on the current lineup, which is kind of in the vein of the old Gretsch Panther. They've got the broadcaster, and then they have these Falcons now with the double cuts as well. And ultimately I'm going to pick which one works best for me and my style of playing. I play a lot at church, so I'm just going to look for one that I think sounds the best with the most ergonomics. Today we're going to be running on the Quad Cortex. This is a newer thing that I just picked up, and it sounds amazing. I have the Fender ProSonic amp on here, and we're also running a AC30 with greenbacks. We'll be playing through that in stereo today. We'll hear some tones, and we'll just be comparing these guitars. So first we'll start with this, with the single cut Falcon. What I know about this guitar is they are now putting new Filtertrons in here called FT67s, which on the forums, I'm seeing a lot of you Gretsch players rave about these. Apparently they have a really great cleans and good mid-range. So yeah, we'll see how that sounds. This is just a standard 12-inch radius, ebony fretboard. It's got an amazing look. I love the look of the Falcons with the gold and the white. I am such a sucker for gold and white. Right now we are just running completely clean with a tad bit of compression. This is clean to me. You probably aren't going to hear complete cleanliness on the amps. I'm going to play more to my style. So the amps are set to an edge of breakup. So that's what I mean when I say clean. So if I play light, they're going to be clean. If I play hard, they're going to get a little dirtier. So let's start with the bridge. I have all the knobs wide open. And then here we have, this is also a 12-inch radius, ebony fretboard. The scale length is a little shorter. Feels a little more comfortable against my body. Let's start with the bridge also. One thing to note, this has the standard HS Filtertrons. I believe these are the ones that have been in the Gretsch's for lots and lots of years. The 67s are a pretty recent one that they changed to. These are more of your original that have been kind of tried and true. I had another Gretsch that I sold. I had a broadcaster, and I actually had TV Jones Classics in there. They're pretty similar to these, I feel like. I'm just going off of memory. These have more mid-range, I feel like, and I feel like these probably take overdrive a little better. So yeah, we'll hear it. Now for the middle position. Now we're on the neck pickup. Okay, here is the bridge. In the middle. And the neck. So a few things I'm noticing right away. The neck on this model here, the double cut, it feels smaller. In essence, these are both standard U necks, but I'm pretty sure every neck is probably slightly different. I don't know how Gretsch does it, but I imagine there's probably some guy in a factory, and there's maybe a bunch of them, and they're probably just trying to follow this down to a template, and maybe he sands it a little more than someone else, and so the necks probably change a little, because the necks are definitely, they feel different, but the nut widths are the exact same. I looked it up, and they're the same exact radius, and they have the same exact neck shape. But the single cut Falcon neck definitely feels thicker to me. Feels a tad wider, but the depth feels about the same, but that wouldn't make sense. So I'm not sure what I'm feeling there. I tend to like thicker necks, so that has a +1 on the single cut. I'm also fine with this neck. This neck is very comfortable as well. They're both definitely U's. They feel kind of big, a little chunky. Not super chunky though, not like my custom shop telly with a 1056V, that's even thicker. I am noticing that it's a lot easier to get up here on these higher frets with this guitar, where on this model I can get up there, but it is really taking a chunk out of my hand here. I have to really wrap around this thick, there's a big thick ream here that I gotta go around, and it's quite, it's a little unpleasant for me. It's especially, there's a point here that's like digging into my hand. I play a lot of lead. As much as I play rhythm, I could make this work, but it would take some effort up here. My overall thoughts with both these guitars so far is this one feels really good when I strum chords. It just is big and bold, and I can feel it rumbling. It feels really good. There is something to note. This Bigsby here is one of the older types. I forget the differences as far as the names, but this is the one that doesn't have a tension bar. And I know a lot of Gretsch fanatics, people who just really love Gretsch or are like classical about them, they do not like the tension bar. From what I've read on forums, most people prefer the wooden bridge here. Without the tension bar, the strings feel a little more saggy and maybe more spongy. It feels really good. It also makes this Bigsby bar feel a lot easier to wiggle. Like it takes no effort. It kind of reminds me of when I've played a Duesenberg. Usually Gretsch trem, or whatever you call these arms, when I've played other Gretsches, they feel stiff and hard to wiggle. This one's extremely easy and soft. I don't know if it has to do with not having a tension bar here. It could be due to the length of the neck. I'm not sure, but as far as this model, it feels way better to use the Bigsby arm on. It sounds fuller to me compared to that other one. The other one I think has a little more highs. Both of these Gretsches are using a Tune-o-matic bridge, which I will definitely probably be replacing with a True Arc or a Compton. These are just notorious with, I feel like I always have tuning issues with these, and whenever I put like a Compton on, like my last Gretsch, all my tuning problems are fixed. Probably because it's not trying to grab onto these little teeth here when you're wiggling the bar. Maybe there's a reason Gretsch puts these on here still, I'm not sure why. So what I'm gonna do now is we'll test both these guitars with a stage 1 overdrives. I captured my King of Tone. And this is gonna be the yellow side, so this should be lower gain. And we'll start on the bridge. Now we'll try something with the middle. And the neck. Yeah, I'm still finding this guitar to be just a lot bigger. It sounds bigger and bolder to me. It resonates super well. Let's try it with some more drive on the bridge. This one here is tighter. I'm feeling it's not as resonant to me. It's not like really vibrating everywhere like the big one. The big one though is more, it feels more acoustical. I will say, so far though, the quality on both these guitars is impeccable. The frets feel extremely smooth, even on the other one. I looked at every corner of these guitars and could not find a single imperfection or nick or like, you know, issue with the binding. Everything is completely just, they both look flawless. I am impressed by the quality. This guitar feels a little more rock and roll. It's Gretsch, but it's like Gretsch with a modern take. I feel like there's a little bit of modernness in here. These Filtertrons seem a little more, I guess, I don't know, the word is modern, I guess. And where that other one does feel maybe a little more vintagey, more Gretschy, like it's getting, and that might be due to the hollow body, the full hollow body sound. Yeah, this one feels more fun to just play big fat chords on. What we played just there was my King of Tone red side, so it's higher gain. Now I'm going to test out the kilt just to see how it takes really high gain. Sorry, if you guys came here to just see me play these two guitars clean the entire video, this is not the video for you. I'm done with that part now. So from now on, it's going to be overdrives and effects because that's the stuff I also want to see when I'm watching people demo guitars. I want to see how does it take drives and how does it handle delay and reverb on top of the pickups. So hopefully you guys got a good balance of both of what you're looking for. Last thing I want to do is see how much the sustain will last on each of these. I feel like that's a good test, so we'll just see how long they'll ring out. I'm getting around 27 seconds for that one. So we'll try this one. So it stopped around 16 seconds. What we were hearing right there, I think, is some of the feedback that can happen with these hollow bodies. So these can be prone to feedback. So with this new type, this Player's Edition, with the ML bracing, and then I think they have, whatever bracing they call this, it's supposed to fix that so that you don't feel or hear that feedback anymore. It wasn't too bad, but I think that might have been what was happening there. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of demo some songs that I do, some styles of music. I just want to see kind of how both of them take effects and delay and pedals. If you were here just to hear the dry sounds, that's already happened at the beginning of the video. I'm moving on to effects now. Or feel free to skip to the end to find out which one I ended up picking. Interesting. So playing this with, so that was my kilt, and I had a Benson boost with reverb and delay. This one definitely is wanting to feed back, and my speakers are behind me. So that makes me wonder how this would do on stage. We do use in-ear monitors, and I don't have amps on stage, so it may be fine, but it does make me a little nervous knowing that my studio monitors are starting to make it kind of feed back a little. It wasn't too chaotic. Like, I was able to play over it and it would just fix itself. But if it just kept building and building, I could see it getting worse. There is something magical though about playing this one. This one just feels so alive and resonant. The other one is just kind of locked in and tight. It just has a tight bottom end, but I think the highs come through a little more on the other one, which can be good for someone like me when I'm doing lead because I want to come out more. And then the rhythm is tight on that one too. This one's got more of a boomy, kind of chaotic sound about it, which can be good. Like I said, I feel this one, I get more like of a feel when I play and I strum. Just to hear it unplugged, so that's how that sounds. And then we'll compare this unplugged. This is still pretty okay, but that one is definitely projecting a lot more. This one you're hearing more like the metal and the bridge and the parts, where that one is more of acoustic. You hear more of the wood coming out. So that could be a factor for someone comparing these. We'll do some neck pickup magic. I'm just getting kind of warmer clean tones on this, on the neck, just warmer, and they feel a little bigger under my fingers. It could be an illusion of the big body resonating with me. The other one though, the cleans seem a little clearer and crisper. That'll be funny if I'm wrong when I watch back. They're very similar. Now what I'm going to do is play some stuff up the neck, just some kind of like lead line stuff that I would normally do, because I want to see how that's going to work. The other one, the big body single cut, even feels a little more powerful with those lead lines that I just did. Like, they just feel bigger. I did look and realize though that that single cut comes with 11s. This one has 10s on it, so that could be a factor of why the notes feel a little bigger to me. It could just be that it has bigger strings. And being that I'm going to return one of these, I don't want to do a string change on them. All right, now I'm just gonna mess around, see what I can do on both. I'm gonna leave that in, even though it was sloppy, because playing up here is the hard part for me on this. That right there was uncomfortable and challenging. And you gotta think, it's probably not the guitar for that. This guitar is probably designed for someone to just play in the low section and play, you know, maybe some heavy chords. You could go up here. I mean, it works. But it's just, I just don't want to work that hard. We will test the middle position again. All right, I think we've done enough testing. I wanted to go through all sorts of effects and things on these guitars, so I think we've achieved that. Going back to what I think the single cut is more fun to play rhythmically with chords. It's boomy, it's big, it's got a big low end. I even think the kind of lead lines up in the middle section of the neck sound great. Like they just sound thick and full. And the guitar is just vibing with you. Like you can feel it vibrating and just kind of, it feels like you're a part of it. You can feel like the wood, and this one's more of just a straight up rocker, I feel like. Like it's more like, I guess this one feels more focused. The frequencies are a little more even. Well, no, maybe not even. It has more highs, I feel like. But the bottom end is nice and tight and not a lot of like, I guess the word, it doesn't have like, this has like a not so saggy feel, and the other one kind of has like a saggy feel. I like both a lot, but I can only pick one. So I think the double cut is the winner, guys, for me. I'm not saying the other one is bad. These are both amazing guitars. I just really want comfort up here on this higher part of the neck. Even with that other one, it's actually a lighter guitar, so that one does feel lighter when I wear it. This one's about a pound heavier. I think that one was 7 when I looked, and I think this one was 8. It was like a pound of a difference. The other one's a pound less than this one. So, you know, if you're just a rhythm guy and you don't mind, you know, if you want to have that connection, you want to feel that, you may want to get the single cut. It does come out a little bit further outwards, but that wasn't a big deal for me. That wasn't the uncomfortable part. It's literally just the axis up here. Some of you, I also have really long arms. That other one could get uncomfortable maybe right here because you have to rest it a little further out to play it. And this one's definitely more comfortable all around, even how it sits, just kind of tighter, closer to your body. If you had a Gibson 335, this is what this feels like. I hate to say it, I actually like the way this one looks better. I'm more of a double cut guy than a single cut guy. I think they both look beautiful. It's just, this just works for me because it's already a body shape I like, and I'm used to that also because I had the Broadcaster, same type of body. And I think, yeah, I may just like the focused pickups better, even though this doesn't vibrate as much and I don't feel it like reacting to me as much as the other one. I think this is still going to be the better one for me just because of the sound. It works better for me. I like the higher highs that it has. I do like that it doesn't have the feedback issues that did have. That was showing a little bit in the demo. It wasn't bad per se, but I don't know if it could get worse if I'm on a stage. This one had no feedback issues whatsoever. And that's why they designed it. The center blocks, you won't get feedback. All in all, yeah, both are great guitars. I think I'm going to return the other one, keep this one. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is just me kind of doinking around. I want to do a demo on the Quad Cortex soon. I just picked this up. I'm actually redoing my pedal board right now, so this is my temporary board until the pedal board's done, but I am falling in love with the Quad Cortex. I'm in no rush to get the real pedal board done anytime soon, and these just sound great through it, and it feels great, and I captured most of my rig on here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Till next time, see ya.